The battle in last week's episode has intensified in this week's episode. Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Movies. My name is Lydia and I'm your host for today. If you are new to the channel, please do well to subscribe. In this video, I'm talking about Abejoye season 6 episode 2. Like, the episode was fire. It was really intense. Like, I really enjoyed every tiny bit of the episode. So this is how the video is going to be. I'll discuss the entire video and talk about some expectations in the upcoming episode 3. Now let's go straight to it. So upon last week's episode, it ended with Dedun's case, her madness case, and we all know Laide, who is also self-quarantining because of what her husband did. We also know Mr. Bamidele, who is also having these issues, like he is actually the cause of everything, and Mr. Damilere, who is also just threatening people, like trying to be the big man just because he doesn't want to appear weak. This episode threw light on all these, and I'm very happy that we had a scene like that. The episode started with a conversation between Mr. Damilere and then Mr. Bamidele. Like, Mr. Damilere, I don't really get him. You were also part of this, because if you were not charmed, or if you didn't avail yourself to be charmed, if you are not spiritually strong, no woman would have used a charm or a jazz or juju on you. Now that someone has used juju on you, you're trying to put the blame on another couple. Yes, it's not as if you went to see Mr. Bamidele in your wife's room. Your wife is the one who went to Mr. Bamidele's room. So I don't really understand why Mr. Damilere is turning everything and blaming other people for it and becoming so aggressive about it. Like, I was really upset about it. Secondly, he also got the guts to call Laide. Initially, I really liked the response that Laide was giving to Damilere, because she has nothing to do with it. If my husband was not able to control himself while I was on a business trip, the fact that we are married doesn't necessarily mean I should be attached to my husband 24/7. Like, we got to make money, we got to pay bills. So I really like the fact that Laide was defending herself. Initially she was defending herself when Damilere was trying to attack her and all that. I really like the defense. Like, she really stood up for herself, and I was very happy about it. But then it's not all the time that you got to fight. Sometimes you just have to leave things and be calm about things, and just be calm about things. Sometimes if you really want to fight, you may not really like the results of the fight, because some people, or the people you'll be fighting with, have really nothing to lose, and your reputation may be on the line, your life may be on the line, like so many things may be on the line for you. So you just have to just let it go and then do and solve things amicably. So I like the fact that Laide later calmed down and decided to solve things amicably, because her reputation was online. As for Damilere, he honestly had nothing to lose. Like, he was just being blatant and just being rude and just being authoritative, but he really doesn't have anything to do. Even though all those were threats that he could have done, he really didn't have anything to gain out of all these things. It was Laide and the family who would be at risk. That is why eventually she just gave up that, okay, what do you want me to do for you? Like, what do you want me to do for you? And upon Laide asking this question, I realized that Damilere didn't really have anything that he wanted her to do for him. Like, he was just ranting and being angry and all that. So imagine if Laide hadn't just decided to stay back, take a step back, and then ask him what he really wants. He would have just ruined her reputation for nothing. Everything she has fought for, everything she had prayed for, would have just been scattered in one day. So I really appreciate the way Laide moved from being very hot and aggressive to being a very cool and understanding person. And that is how things proceeded. But in their village, people want to sabotage Abejoye. It's like when troubles are coming, they come like when it rains, it pours. There's a saying that when it rains, it pours. When troubles are coming, they come with full force. Abejoye is just sitting, relaxing, thinking of himself, not knowing people are actually discussing against him. They want to remove or demote him, or let me say, just remove him as a kingsmaker. Like, And according to the rules, you cannot demote or remove a kingsmaker unless he's dead, or unless he's ill, or unless he himself tells you he doesn't want the position again. But Abejoye hasn't said anything, and people are already plotting against him. They want him out of the kingsmaking, or let me say committee. And some of their reasons are he has joined a different religion, he has different doctrines now, or they want to bring someone who is intellectual. And I don't mind if you want to involve someone who is intellectual, but why do you bring money? Why do you involve money? Once you bribe, the motive of everything you want to do is tarnished. The reputation is spoiled, because if you involve money, if you are using money as an influence to make people decide on your behalf, it means the motive you are coming with is evil, very, 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 very evil. So it's I think Abejoye has already seen it coming. Initially, the witches who attacked him couldn't succeed, and now these people want to attack him. I don't know if they can do it physically, because they found it very difficult, because they were who will go and tell Abejoye to step down? Who has the guts to go and tell Abejoye to step down? It's something impossible. No one can do it. And I'm hoping to see if anyone can get himself involved. Even the chief himself has denied, I don't want to not deny, the chief himself has got nothing to do with this. The repentance of the chief is something that was very miraculous, and he has really stayed in Christ for this long. Yeah. Now let's go back to America. Finally, Dedun has woken up, and according to the doctor, she was getting better and she's responding to treatment, but they need to they need to admit her for a while. And then her sisters came to visit her, and at that same time, the traditionalist was also doing his occultic moves and tightening everything, weakening Dedun, weakening her bones and all that, not knowing that Dedun is actually a wrong target anyway. But then the traditionalist was also doing his own things. Back at the hospital, Dedun was able to speak finally and say what actually happened, what the problem was, what really, really happened. And that was when it clicked that I am sure it was a traditionalist hand you shook. I'm sure it was a traditionalist hand you shook. I don't get why the traditionalist is against Bamidele, but I'm sure it's because of Abejoye's religion and back in the village. Abejoye is not making anything the traditionalists want to do successful. That is why they want to attack Bamidele, so that it will eventually affect Abejoye. So eventually, the traditionalists spoke with Bamidele, and at this instance, Bamidele is so confused to the extent that he's open to anything and everything. We get to a certain point in our lives that we get so confused that we don't even know what is right and what is wrong. We just make any decisions randomly, and that is what Bamidele did. He called the traditionalists, and the lie traditionalist said it was something obvious that anybody at all could tell that he wants to attack you. But then he gave into it. I'm whoa, are you that blind? Are you getting that blind? Are you really, really that blind that you want to invite the traditionalists into your home? Meanwhile, your home is already breaking. Your home is already having scattering. Your home is scattering physically and spiritually. And you want to involve the ancient underworld people into your home to pray for him. Who are you? How powerful are you? You yourself, your spiritual life is not as strong as it should be, and you are inviting someone to pray for him. I'm happy that Bamidele thought it wise to call his dad at midnight and inform him about it. That was a very smart decision, calling his dad. Sometimes when we are making decisions, we are so confident in ourselves, but when you listen to a third party and you listen to their reasons or their advice, you realize that you are going to make a very harsh decision. I'm happy Bamidele spoke to his dad, and that was when his dad started praying, because Bamidele is weak in faith. We all know Bamidele is very weak in faith, but he calling his dad was a very, very good motive that is going to help protect him from the traditionalists. That is what's going to help him from the third dimension's involvement in breaking his family. I hope that they are not going to shake hands. Like, I'm just hoping, even if they shake hands, I am sure the prayers that Bamidele's father is praying back in Nigeria is going to extend all the way to his son in America. We saw from the next episode, like, they gave us some synopsis of what will happen next, and it looks like they want to use someone against Bamidele, someone against Baba Abejoye, someone who was a witch. I am not very sure of the name, but someone who was a witch was kidnapped from her, like physical kidnapping from her sleep, and they have asked her to do something. They didn't really say what they wanted to do, but I'm sure it's something against Baba Abejoye. Maybe they want her to poison Baba Abejoye or something more, something similar. Now back to some expectations. We were stuck at whether Bamidele will shake hands with the third dimension. I don't even know what his name is, but we were really stuck at whether he will shake hands or not. For me, I think he won't, because from his gesture, he looked like he will not. And also from what his dad told him, that he wants to, you are the target, your wife is the target. So I hope that he's going to use that little knowledge for himself, for his own good. I hope that Bamidele will use that little knowledge that his dad gave him for his own good. So guys, I'll be ending here for today. This is my review and my expectations for Abejoye season 6 episode 2. Let me know what you think about this video. Have you watched it? Did you like it like I did? And do you have any submission you would like to make? My name is Lydia once again. I'll be ending here for today. Till next time, please do well to subscribe. Bye.